we talk about quadrilaterals, yeah, we're talking specifically about four-sided shapes because it's got the word quad in it. Now that can be a regular or an irregular quadrilateral. They can be convex and concave or non-convex, like we did with our other polygons in 9A. So, can we think of some regular quadrilaterals? It's actually 5 I can think of. Let's see if we can get them all. Yeah? Square, rectangle, rhombus, which is like the tilted square. Jack? Pardon? Diamond. I thought you said lemon there. I'm like, diamond. That's 6 actually now. Trapezium. And the other random one is the kite, which looks a little bit like a diamond, but 2 sides are shorter than the other 2. Thanks, Liz. Okay, so this is an irregular quadrilateral because the 4 sides are probably going to be different lengths, and the 4 angles are different lengths too. So this is all about finding an unknown angle. Here's one example of a question. So whenever you have any questions like this, including any other polygon like triangles, the first thing you need to do is think about it like problem solving. So when we think about a problem solving question, we're always thinking, what do I already know first from what the question is telling me? So here I know 2 angles, okay, my 110 and my 95. Actually I know 3 because this symbol means 90. Cool. Now, we've talked about triangles having an angle sum of 180. So quadrilaterals have an angle sum of 360, yeah? And one of the reasons for that is because if you use a diagonal to divide up a quadrilateral, you can always make 2 triangles. 2 lots of 180 is 360, okay? And when you get to larger polygons in terms of the number of sides, that's a technique you can use to think about what is the angle sum of a hexagon, for example. And we don't need to do that now. Yeah.
Is this the same as the triangle where you go instead of 180 is 360,
Yeah.
goes 360
Yep,
minus?
for this question. Yeah, definitely. So Mike was thinking about what we did with triangles, so we talked about doing the setting out correctly. Our angle sum total goes first, and then we subtract everything else. So in terms of the working here, 360, or A equals, sorry, because the A's are missing, A equals 360, take away the addition of everything else that we know, okay? And we put that in brackets because we would do that first in terms of our order of operations. So I've got 90 plus 95 plus 110. Okay? And then I show my working again. So you should really always have 2 lines of working. And you would never try to do this in your head. Okay? So 90 plus 95, 185 plus 110. 295. Okay, the bracket's not entirely necessary there, but you can have them if you want. Okay, so A equals 65 what? Degrees. Okay, 65 degrees. Now, an extra thing I'm going to get you to start doing from now on, and it might seem really straightforward because it's the same reason for lots of these questions. Yeah, so add it all together again as a check. Great tactic. But do you guys remember coded reasons?
Yeah.
No, not really.
Term
Yeah.
2?
Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah. So we had, when we were doing proofs of angles within parallel lines, we put in brackets our little symbol that represented what that was. So co-interior, one of them looked like this. You know? Yeah. So you need to put in a coded reason for this. So it's really simple though. Quadrilateral is 360, so we're just going to put a square in brackets. And that tells me you use that method to do it.
So,
Symbols? Yeah.
with this, do we always just have to write a square?
Depends. Not for this one. Yeah, triangle for 180, yeah. Question?
Can you write the word?
I'm going to say no because specifically in the exam, they've asked you to use coded reasons, which is a symbol. Yeah. You're really stuck and you can't remember how to draw a square, then you need help.
Like all the other ones, like the necessary.
Okay, I don't think there's a lot of those in there, but I'm going to give you that sheet again as a revision. Yeah. Okay, let's do another question. This video thing. Okay, thanks please. We're still finding an unknown angle, right? So we're still looking for A, and the question would say something like, find the unknown angle, find the value of the pronumeral, which is what this is. Okay? Now, again, we look at the picture or the image and think, what do I already know? I know that the angles in a quadrilateral equal 360, okay? In this, there's also another angle that is a 90, and I know there's an exterior angle that equals 115 here, okay? I'm not looking for the matching angle here, I'm looking for the A. There's one other symbol that's going to help us definitely be able to know what that angle is. Jack? Sorry, say again. Why do you know that? Because of what symbol on here?
Parallel.
Okay. Oh, so the parallel line symbol is what I was after. Yeah. So I know between.
We had it.
So I know between parallel lines, right? And it's not always as obvious as that. That this angle here is going to be the same as that angle there, and we call that alternating angles. Yeah. Tina? Great. Yeah, I didn't think of that. Let me just explain that. I'll come back to that explanation in a minute. So, if we think about this line up here being extended, and this is our parallel lines here, we can see it a little more clearly. You're welcome to do that in your example. Okay? So, I know that they're matching, so I would just write, I don't even need to add anything, A equals 115 degrees, and then in brackets I would have that symbol. Okay? However, Xander's also pointed out, if I didn't see that, or I didn't recognise that the first time I looked at it, I could do it this way. Okay? So this angle altogether is 180. So I would do 180 minus 115 is 65. And I would always encourage you to put your found angles onto your diagram. So 65 degrees. Then, using co-interior as my reason between my parallel lines, I would say that A equals 180 minus 65. Okay, because it's 180 total minus this 65 gives me 115 degrees. And in brackets, I would write co-interior. Oh, sorry. That symbol. Okay, so two valid reasons. You don't need to do both, just one. Okay? I'm going to, because these, so co-interior angles always equal.
Oh yeah, I want to know.
So I'm going to give you, thanks boys, that little sheet with the coded reasons on it again. I forgot today, but I'll give it to you tomorrow, so that you can be reminded of those. Hopefully you did a little bit of that yesterday on the slides. Okay? So these questions are actually straight from 9F. If you get stuck on a question today, I'd encourage you to work with a partner or let me know so that I can come around and give you some tips.